Oh my gosh, let me tell you, the things that make you feel like you're fundamentally flawed are literally the most beautiful, most sexy, and hot. Hey everyone, what's going on? And welcome to today's video. I'm Val Mason, and today we're going to talk about something absolutely delicious. It's some of my favorite things to talk about in life in general, and it's the things that have made us feel weird and awkward, like an outsider, the things that just make us feel different and isolated, like, we think we're the only ones that experience it, and even our dark thoughts, desires, and fantasies. This is one of my favorite topics. Number one, because it's just interesting, because it's taboo, because nobody really wants to talk about it, because there's been sort of a label that it's unacceptable to share these things, to have these things, to feel these things, to express these things. And I'm passionate about that because we all experience this sort of, these patterns and these things, these thoughts, these feelings. So it's a very healing and unifying topic. Like, your soul can take a breath of fresh air. Like, oh man, I'm not the only one. Like, oh my gosh, it's actually okay. Like, it's not a sin to think these things and to feel these things. So, and that's really what this video is about. I'm not really going to be giving any examples, because if you're watching it, you understand what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But the idea of this video is to bring your presence more into these avoided and neglected spaces and crevices within your psyche. Because what happens is, because we're taught from a very young age that these things are unacceptable and inappropriate, we tend to feel like we're doing bad when we go there. And so we create these splits within ourselves, and then all of a sudden we have fragments between our psyche, between our human self, between how we interact with people. And there's a bunch of chaos within. There's no harmony and balance. And what this does is, this is the operating system from which we interact with people, the choices and decisions that we make, what we think about ourselves. We compare ourselves to other people. The basis of this paradigm that we're operating off of is that of separation. So it's not only okay, it's actually necessary that we explore and sit with the things that have caused us to feel like we're fundamentally flawed. Because, oh my gosh, let me tell you, the things that make you feel like you're fundamentally flawed are literally the most beautiful, most sexy, and hot things. Maybe not the most, but I don't know, in my opinion, probably, I would say they're the most beautiful, sexy, and intriguing parts about a person. So what excites me are the things that people feel ashamed of, unjustly feel ashamed of, and avoid within themselves, and, feel embarrassed around. I want to gobble that stuff up, where the rest of the world would go, like, oh, oh, that's dirty, that's nasty, that's naughty, that's unacceptable, that's inappropriate. Like, what is this person, a barbarian? But it's the quote unquote Western civilized mind, where we've got it all together, we're scholars, that actually kind of fuels the dis-ease of the psyche. So my whole thing, the way that I was brought up, the circumstances and event in my life. And when I say the way that I was brought up, I'm not talking about the people that raised me, just the way that I came up. I am taboo by nature. I am the person that isn't afraid of going there. I shine lights on the taboo, on the neglected, the avoided, the underdogs, that's in my nature. So I'm the one that's breaking down the boxes, and combining all of them to build a new one, and still playing on top. I don't like constructs. I don't like definitions. I don't like labels. I don't like fear over who we are. Do not fear who you are. Don't fear other people. A part of the path of leave no stone unturned is requiring us to take a long gander at the things that we've avoided and neglected, the things that make us feel awkward and weird and like freaks, our dark fantasies and desires. You know, these things are calling to us. They're calling to us to be examined. They're not calling to us that we can avoid them. And what will happen if we do continue to avoid them out of fear of judgment or out of fear of exclusion? The older we get, the more, deeper the crevices and the fragments become. And then the more it's going to be demanding of us, the more it's going to be requiring of us to change and to refocus our energy where it belongs and to come out of these operating systems and paradigms and so on and so forth. Nothing good comes out of feeling shame and guilt and fear of who we are and what we have inside. So overall, this video is a wrap on it's okay, you're safe to sit with yourself, tell yourself it's safe to be with you. It is safe to be with me. Befriend yourself in ways that you haven't in quite some time. Right here is the number one safety for every person. Not out there, not in anyone else, right here. I hope this video has been helpful. Go ahead and hit the like button and also subscribe for more of my content. Until next video, take care.